All right, this is the Warrant and Finance meeting for June 4th, 2012. We do have quorum. Hallelujah. And actually we have Mark. Okay, I'd accept a motion for approval of agenda. I assume that you've all reviewed that, but maybe not. Is there anything else that's going on the agenda itself as opposed to the minutes?
I don't think so. That's all there.
I make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as written. All in favor? Thank you. Okay. Item C, approval of minutes. Pretty much the meat of this particular meeting is going to be the approval of minutes of past meetings. We have 5 sets of them to approve. The first one is May 23rd, 2011, which was recommendation for 2011 town meeting warrant. And this was the last official meeting of the last fiscal year. And in fact, the only one of this committee who was present last year and is present this year is myself. Woo-hoo.
Yes.
Yep. So if worse came to worse, and, everyone abstained except myself, it'd still be 1-0, it would be a legal vote.
When you're,
But if you choose to vote, that's fine too.
are you satisfied, having been at the meeting, that what is printed was what was done?
I've actually been staring at all of these things till I'm blue in the face for about a week and a half now, and I'm pretty confident, after a bit of tweaking, that it's an accurate representation of what occurred. This particular one started off being taken by Lorraine, who was the secretary for that meeting, passed them along to me. I did a little further cleanup, and I'm pretty confident that it is what it should be. So when you guys are ready to move on, we'll do so.
I will move that we approve the minutes of the meeting
As written.
as written.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes of May 23rd, 2011, as written. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, the next one you'll all be familiar with. I believe you were all here at this one. This is the meeting of September 6th, 2011, which was our first meeting of this fiscal year, of this committee.
I'll move approval of the minutes as written.
Give you a little time to look through it.
Did we have a second?
We did not yet, no.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Dreaming, I guess, yeah.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of September 6, 2011 as written, and I'll sort of open for the moment for discussion if there is any. We don't have a hugely long meeting, so if you need a minute or two to look it over, feel free.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes of the September 6th
Okay,
meeting.
it's on the floor already, so we have the motion and the second, and I guess we're just ready to move ahead with the vote. You comfortable with that?
Yep.
All in favor of the motion to approve September 6th meeting, September 6, 2011 minutes as written? So signify, 4-0, thank you. Moving on, this next one is 4 pages, I think. Next one is January 9th, 2012, and that's the special town meeting building code changes. The one we just did was the zoning ordinance from after this one. This one is the one where we're losing our building code and needed to act, put it back in.
I move we approve the minutes as written for the Warrant and Finance Committee meeting January 12th, 2012.
January 9th.
January 9th.
Yep.
I'll second it. Since you and I,
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of January 9th, 2012. Give you a minute or two to look it over.
this is 4 pages,
No,
This one's only one,
one.
right? I'm trying, March 27th.
and then the next one I think is 4, and then the last one's 3. There's actually only two articles on this particular one.
Yeah, because that was that special meeting on the zoning.
Correct. Or actually, this was the building code. Zoning was,
Yeah.
zoning maps, et cetera, was the one prior. This one is the building code.
Looks good to me. Any questions? You got any questions?
Any discussion? And this is, again, January 9th.
I don't think we have any.
Okay. All in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of January 9th, 2012 as written, so signify. Thank you. Next one, which is the fourth of 5, March 27, 2012. I hope this is making for scintillating cable TV.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
We'll have to go for reruns on this one.
Is this live? This one here?
I don't
No.
think so. I can't imagine. Okay, so this is going to be for March 27, 2012, recommendation for the 2012 school town meeting warrant. So this was the, for this fiscal year, the school town meeting recommendations.
School meeting.
Yes.
We had plenty of them.
And this one has, I think, 17, 19 articles. Most of them are financial in nature. This is another one that I stared at for a while. Did some tweaking.
Looks good to me. I will move approval of the minutes as written for the Warrant and Finance Committee meeting, school budget, March 27th, 2012.
Seconded.
Been moved and seconded to approve as written the minutes of March 27, 2012 Warrant and Finance Committee meeting.
Oh, that's the last one.
Nope, one more after that. But we're not quite done at this point. Really? You don't have this one?
I do not.
Okay, well, you can use mine then. You'd probably quote it back to you. Okay, so this is on the floor. Are we ready to vote on this one? This is the school meeting? Okay, all in favor of the motion to approve the March 27, 2012 meeting minutes, so signify.
I
Thank
have
you.
one here, Paul.
Okay. Oh, that was from the other packet?
Yep.
I guess I lost count there. Okay, May 15th, 2012, final one, recommendation for the 2012 town meeting warrant. This one was the last one that this committee did, the last official meeting prior to this one.
This was the meeting where we went over the budget that's going to be presented.
Yes, this
Yes.
one has not been acted upon by the town body yet.
Yeah.
The school one has, this one has not.
Deciding. the
This
window.
meeting, this town meeting is going to be taking place on the 16th.
Yeah.
And we did a little burning of the midnight oil in this one.
Yeah, we did, that was at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9:10.
So I think the windows and
Yeah, I would say that the kind of important element here would be, and actually, before we even talk about that, I would accept a motion and a second to actually open this up for discussion.
Move we accept the meeting, minutes of the Warrant and Finance Committee meeting of May 15th as written.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Moved and seconded to accept the minutes of May 15, 2012 as written. It's on the floor for discussion. The important elements here, I would say, would be Articles 6, 7, and 8, if the discussion that's noted there seems reasonable. It's not going to encompass everything that was said, but as long as what it
Yeah.
says is reasonably
Yeah.
representative of what you recall. Those are the only ones that also were not unanimous. All the others were ought to pass, unanimous, I'm reasonably sure. Let me get down to the end here.
Yeah, we varied from the selectmen, or the recommendation on the warrant for Article 33, but that's right.
33,
That was the
yes.
charitable.
Right. So it was originally 67, 775, and we recommended down from there, 61, 392. And I did double-check all the article numbers, the dollar amounts, et cetera. I would say it's not an exaggeration that I went over this about half a dozen times, until I stopped finding problems, basically.
I think you're right, Paul, because the major concern on the floor is going to be Article 6, 7, and
Yep.
8.
Yeah, I think
That's going
so.
to be, that's going to be tough.
I think it would make sense on 7 to maybe go with half that amount, you know. So that's good that we're starting with the 80. The town can do whatever they want. If we in the committee had sort of recommended that, well, I guess we could have anyway, it wouldn't have changed the article. But either way, it'll go for the discussion. Certainly, it's a red flag anytime you don't have unanimous on, from Warrant and Finance, regardless of whether you agree with this or that person on the committee. If they're not all unanimous, okay, why not? It's certainly a red flag.
Well, I think it just brings up more questions, If we're not satisfied,
Right. Why not? It's a good question. So are we sort of comfortable with this at this point, or you want to look it over some more? Incidentally, I do have, if you want to compare and contrast, I do have the materials, including, the warrant that we were looking at that night for all of this stuff, frankly, plus my notes. if you want to do that.
The other one is probably gonna be a concern too, is probably the dams.
Right.
The what?
The dams.
That's the charitable
Yeah.
donation
Yeah.
element.
Especially after this week.
Yeah. Everybody's keeping an eye on it.
We want to keep that nice and solid, would be good. Ready to vote?
Yeah.
All in favor of the motion to approve the May 15, 2012 minutes as written, so signify. Thank you. Okay, moving on, there's no unfinished business. Under new business, I think, I wanted to take an opportunity to just briefly give you folks an opportunity to comment, to make suggestions about what did or didn't work to move forward, recognizing that pretty much what is said is only going to matter to the two of you, unless either of us get reelected, because Andy's term is up, Nancy's term is up, and my term is up. So you're the only two that we know will be here next year.
Wow.
But is there anything that
Well,
worked or didn't work?
I did mention to the selectmen, and they, I hope in turn will mention to whoever chairs the meeting, that if somebody's name is recommended to be on the committee and they're not there, we shouldn't vote them in.
Totally agree.
And I know that's been done in the past,
Well, you know, that-
and it wasn't done this last time, and the guy that was voted in has never been here, never showed up.
Or one.
Not never.
Once,
I
right.
believe twice that I recall.
Oh, twice. Okay.
Yeah.
Once
Early
that I
on.
recall, once that I was here. That's the only
But
time.
I don't remember ever, but then I
Certainly,
may have.
it's certainly easier to get a buy-in from somebody who's there and can say, yeah, that sounds like a good
Yeah,
idea, or no, it
because he
doesn't.
can either accept it or turn it down.
Right.
But, you know, that will be the purview of the moderator of the meeting. You know, what he chooses to do.
Well, and the other
But I
thing,
agree with the concept.
Yep.
and the other thing, the alternates, you know, if you have alternates, that's where,
That will be very good. The Warrant and Finance ordinance that went in on the last town meeting will be taking effect. We'll be voting in 2 alternates. So we'll have some members to work with here. We're going to have a total of 8 members, and if we can field 4 active members on any given meeting, we'll be good to go. So it won't be quite as critical, which is a wonderful thing. It's been tight at times, trying to get quorum.
yeah, we've made it, you know, we've made it.
Well, and this year has been I won't say it has been easy, but it has been relatively easy compared to last year was a near disaster in terms of personnel, maintaining continuity, you know, quorums for meetings. It was difficult. So I'm very optimistic to the committee in whatever form it takes next year that there will be enough members to do the job, which is great. Any further? Okay. Public questions, comments? Hello? No other business, no next meeting, I am very pleased to say. And I'll accept a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. I assume that there is no dissent on that one, but let's go with it anyway.
I guess we'll
Thank
all
you.
vote on that one.
Thank you very much.